Hi, my name is Boston and welcome to my presentation for PYPx. Did you know it is estimated that there are 500,000 detectable to be discovered earthquakes in the world every year? I chose this topic because when I grow up, I want to be an interior designer, someone who decorates the inside of a house, an architect, someone who designs the house. And I find earthquakes interesting, including how they improve their structures to be stronger. The SDG I chose was number 11, Sustainable Cities and Communities. In this presentation, I will talk about my research, action, and reflection on a global issue important to me: earthquake-proof structures support urban areas. In this research project, I explored three lines of inquiry. Let's start. This is what I learned. My first line of inquiry is, how do earthquakes affect urban areas? The key concept I focused on for this was connection. Questions I had: what do homes in highly dense urban areas look like after an earthquake? And how much do homes cost in urban areas compared to rural areas? And if urban areas get attacked by earthquakes, what could the cost of the damage be? How do earthquakes affect urban cities or towns where many people live? Areas. Earthquakes kill an average of 60,000 people worldwide, all around the world. In urban areas, earthquakes can do a lot of damage, which is bad because it will kill more people and ruin more structures. The worse the earthquake is, the more damage it does, and will need more money to restore or rebuild in urban areas. For example, if there are many people that live in an urban area, and an earthquake happens, all the structures such as buildings and houses break. You'll need a lot of money to fix them. Another example is there was a bad earthquake in Turkey that destroyed people's homes, and right now they are living in temporary shelters and tents, though some of them are still homeless. It is about 45,968 confirmed deaths in Turkey and 7,259 in Syria. My second line of inquiry is, how has architecture changed over time in response to earthquakes? My key concept was change. Questions I had: where did poor people live before the city got so densely populated? And what is the role of small portable homes in reviving life after a natural disaster occurred? Throughout time, how did the few very first earthquake-proof designed houses react to earthquakes? Throughout time, people have created other ways for structures to withstand earthquakes. Japan has this top-to-toe idea, which are these devices that help to reduce the amounts of vibration the earthquake makes. When the energy from the shock waves is absorbed, it makes heat. This helps reduce the amount of stress in the building, which should help calm people down and prevent damage to the structure. In the 1570s, the city of Ferrara was hit by a bad earthquake. 40% of the structures were ruined. The architect Piero Logario designed the first earthquake-proof house. In Shaanxi province, Chinese people built brick structures that are not only pretty, but combined with pillars and roof structures, which are then put together with a concrete layer on the bricks in the front of the structure. Diagonal beams, kind of like sideways pillars, can also help structures by giving extra support. My third and final line of inquiry is, what is our responsibility to revive life after a natural disaster occurs? This relates to the key concept of responsibility. Questions I had: how can we protect ourselves from earthquakes? What could we do to revive life after a natural disaster occurs? Imagine you're in an earthquake situation. What would you do? Before an earthquake, you could learn first aid, giving medical help to an injured person to help after. Or you could plan where to meet after an earthquake. Don't leave any heavy objects on shelves. They'll fall during a quake, which is when the earthquake hits. During an earthquake, stay calm. If you're indoors, stay inside, or if you're near a door that leads outside, go out. Stay against the wall near the middle of a building, or crawl under heavy furniture like a desk or a table. Stay away from windows. After an earthquake, stay away from broken buildings and areas. Be careful around glass and debris, which is broken pieces from structures. If possible, wear boots or strong shoes to keep from cutting your feet by damaged items. Check yourself and any other people for injuries. Help anyone in need or provide first aid to anyone who needs it. Fun fact, in Sumatra there was the so-called world's longest known earthquake that lasted around 32 years. Taking action. I wanted to inspire change in our world. My idea, donation. My action. How I plan my action. Choosing my action was the first step, and then finding my organization to donate to, and then I had to add boxes for the donations, and I promoted my action through going class to class and making posters, and I still struggling to find organizations, and I think I already found one, and my last thing I need to do is give the clothes. Skills I learned is how to promote something and how to message organizations. My action was to donate clothes to Turkey and Syria after that bad earthquake. I promoted my action through some announcements and posters. I added 2 boxes, one under my poster and one in the lobby. I kinda struggled to find my websites and going class to class, but I managed it with the help of Mr. Dan and Isabel. I chose to do indirect action to fundraise and collect, and I was supposed to do a close donation to Turkey, but at that point, all the organization collected only money. So I'm planning to donate to YCAP. Thanks to all NGIS families and friends for donating clothes. This was a great way to support SDG 11, Sustainable Cities and Communities. This is my research sources. You can see my websites. Finally, thank you for listening. I am happy to take any questions from the audience, and I will do my best to answer. Who would like to go first? Thank you.